Well, good evening, friends, colleagues, critics, allies, and all those who are interested in the happenings of the political sphere in North America, which now is pretty much a one, isn't it? It's America, Canada, almost like this. Yeah, well, the new regime has taken over, obviously, in the United States and the Trumpocracy, so we'll see where it all goes. But today, I just wanted to announce this evening what I would call the final nail in the coffin for Marianne Williamson and her political career. Now, that does not mean, hold it, critics, fans, acolytes of Marianne Williamson. I know you might be a bit angry at me for saying that, but it really is the final nail in the coffin for a political career where she would actually run for any position in a party like the Democratic Party, which she is a Democrat. I don't think she will run ever as a third party candidate. I do not think she's got any more doors and windows open to run in and have power in the Democratic Party, other than as a party member herself, which she's been most of her life, which is fine. She will have her one vote like everybody else. Why do I say all that? Well, I'm saying it because tonight it's announced that Ken Martin won the DNC chair, the Democratic National Committee chair, and of the 8 candidates that ran, he won convincingly. There were several others that got quite a few votes, but the last 3 or 4 candidates virtually got 0 votes, including Marianne Williamson. A big Zippo. Um, She had all the great speeches. If you've watched any of them for the DNC chair, she is the raw transformative leader, the business executive type that would come into an organization and completely change it. And she gave her speeches and she gave them with great bluster, as she always does. And I always appreciate that. And speak the truth, tell the truth, nothing but the truth. She gave those speeches too, which she did in her stump speeches for her presidential candidacies, campaigns in 2024 and 2020, which she again lost horribly for the most part in terms of votes. Again, this is not a person who can run and be successful in political positions. What she is and will be, I always predicted, was a message candidate, giving her message and adding to the conversation, which is fine and appreciated because I have supported her as someone of a higher consciousness of ethical leadership that is totally needed in this world and in politics. Thank you very much for all that work and all those who supported her to get where she did and the message out there. That said, I just want to say the nail in the coffin has hit. Her political career is done. Now, I hoped for a long time, and I'm not a big hope person, that she could actually win. I actually even had a little bit of hope she could win the DNC chair. And of course, now I have no hope because I have to face reality and facts. Now, I just want to read as I close, and I'll end with my prediction of what Marianne Williamson is going to do and what actually happened, just to announce very clearly and factually all the losses she has had politically when she's run. So that goes back to 2014 when she first ran in politics, and then we know her most when she ran for president. And that was the 2020-2024 campaign to become a leader of the Democratic Party, hopefully to be a president. But in her latest time, I just looked now at her 2024 presidential website. It does not say yet that on there that she has failed in the chair position to gather even one vote from the 400 and some delegates across the whole United States. Not good. That's a huge 0. But she says, "Dear friends, having run for president in both 20 and 20 2020 and 24, I had the extraordinary honor of campaigning in front of hundreds of thousands of people throughout the United States. I had strong feelings about what it would take to defeat Donald Trump. Despite many obstacles, we garnered almost 500,000 votes in primary states. Big kudo. This site contains the platform I stood for during the 2024 campaign policy positions, which I still feel represent a winning agenda for America going forward. If you are interested in ways we can continue to create a new possibility for American politics, join my Substack. Free subscriptions available for ideas about how we might make that happen. To those who supported my campaign, and I'm going to just say this is all her campaigns that I just listed from 2014 onward to now the failure of becoming chair in the DNC. Thank you so much, says Marianne Williamson. And to those of you visiting my website for the first time, welcome. May love direct us to the next best thing. End of quote. I highlight that last phrase because I'm basically saying tonight, with the nail in the coffin, maybe love is directing in Marianne Williamson's mind and her followers, even her acolytes. Some say her cult members. I'm not going that far. But votes are not leading. They are not leading at all. And that's why it's done. In January 2025, Marianne Williamson, just a month before that, she popped in her run and campaign for the DNC chair, got her position, I think 44 different Democratic nominees of, not nominees, what are they called? Sort of from the states, right? The representatives from the states and Democratic Party. And they said, yes, Marianne will sign at least for you to run for the DNC. So that's pretty cool. But, the results are the results. In January 2025, Manifesto for a Renewed Democracy Party. This was her manifesto. And as I say, she's probably the best speech maker the Dems will ever see. And she's a great manifesto writer, perhaps, as well. However, as I say tonight, sorry, too little, too late, and political career over. Now, my prediction, Marianne Williamson will do what she does. She's not going to sit back and lose. She's not going to sit back and cry the blues. Marianne Williamson is going to run to her tune of Speak the Truth, the absolute truth, and nothing but the truth. Even though I've said in many of my videos, analyzing her speeches for now 6 years plus, as I've studied her, written a book about her, written over 10 articles, written over 10 videos, and published them on my YouTube channel here. You can check those out if you want. That all of them basically, so she doesn't always speak the truth herself. So I've never been impressed with that statement. Speak the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God. Well, it comes from their court system. It comes from a Christian country, etc. And it's a nice sounding statement, sounds cool, but sorry, Marianne Williamson, doesn't work to get votes, to actually get power within the Democratic Party. Now, if she is going to direct and be directed by love and create some kind of grassroots movement politically, I'm all in favor of that. Her latest book, right, is in the beginning of her run for 2020. She published that book, Politics of Love. However, all of that aside, I've never been somebody who thought love was going to win. I was at a party tonight online, not online, but out on the beach, and it was in line because we were all lined up in a big circle, and it was somebody's birthday party and all these spiritual people. We gathered, but in the end, and everybody was sort of saying, because we're all a bunch of leftists, love will still win, love will still win. And they were even chanting a little song there for a moment under the great blue sky and the ocean in the background, the Pacific Ocean here on Vancouver Island. And I have to say, I was not moved. I was walking away thinking, oh my, when are we going to actually change our language discourse, our imaginaries of what wins in the world of real power and real impact and suffering that is caused by real politics in the real world? So I'm not a poo-poo love, no love. Obviously, that's another story. I have some different directions to go. I promote fearlessness. I promote an education in fear of the best quality kind that would be critical and that would help us in our enabling and manifesting of love in politics and in the world and in culture in everywhere. But I am not one to say, may love direct us to the next best thing. It's just so pithy politically and or real terms of actually gaining votes and people who actually care enough about what you're saying to really follow through. So Marianne Williamson says a lot of great things. She's got the love card that she always flips, and she will, I'm sure, tomorrow send out her newsletter and put out her love card once again, her cheerleading once again. This is what she's famous for, her stump speech once again, and she will say, "We will not be defeated." Okay, and so what is she going to do? She's going to be a political pundit. So, political career over, she will be a political pundit. She will do her spiritual book tours, writing probably another books and all those kinds of things in her career, and helping people and doing good work. She's someone who does good work in the world beyond doubt. So that's what's going to happen. I predicted that after her loss in 2020, and she ran again, but I would just keep predicting this is really all she's going to be capable of. For a lot of different reasons, I've been very critical of how she has designed and organized her campaigns. I also think she's done some good things in them, but if you follow my work at all or other critics, but I've written probably the most on Marianne Williamson of anybody in the world at this point. And whether people listen to it or not, and Marianne Williamson doesn't seem to want to listen to it. I've never had any of them answer any of my emails on her campaign, on her website, on her email. And that's their view and that's their prerogative, isn't it? To answer to who you want to. And all I'm saying is good luck with your political punditcy. Um, we'll see if you can create any grassroots movement that will be really effective over the next few years. I know you're my age exactly, which is 74 years old, 73 years old, sorry, coming into the new season of 2025. And we're comrades, we're peers, Marianne. We really are. Um, I'm just saying the truth, not the absolute truth, but I'm saying the truth, the best I know how. Thanks for listening to this, folks. If you want to put your comments below, it'd be great. And always looking forward to ideas, collaborative possibilities, creative possibilities for how we can bring liberation into the world. Best to you all tonight. And get a good rest, Marianne.